Hey guys, welcome back to Analytics with Priyam. So in this video, I'm back with another exciting project that is related to employee performance. So this project I'm going to build from to the scratch, and I'm going to start with the raw data. Our raw data reside in SQL Server, and from SQL Server we are going to import this data into our Fabric Lakehouse. First of all, we are going to create a workspace into our Fabric, and we are going to create a Lakehouse and the data flows. Okay, and in Dataflow we are going to import the data. We are going to get the data from to the SQL Server, and we are going to do some of the transformation in Dataflow. The calculated column and the conditional columns we are going to create in Dataflow Zen 2. We are going to store this data into our lakehouse. Also in Dataflow Zen 2 we are going to create a calendar table, and this calendar table we are going to create from to the M query. So basically I'm having a Mcode. I will provide this Mcode into our description so that you can also copy and replicate the same. So once all the tables are imported and transformed, then we are going to store it in our lakehouse. Okay, and after then we are going to create a semantic model. In semantic model, we are going to create a relationship between our fact tables and the dimension tables. Basically, we are having one fact table and two dimension tables. Okay, and we are going to create the cardinalities between our fact table and the dimension table. Also, once our relationship has been created, we are going to import the semantic model in our Power BI, and we are going to create a fresh report. So you can see the report which I have created. So now I am going to publish this report into a workspace, and we are going to create a data pipeline in which we are going to put the data flows and the semantic model for to the schedule refresh. So this project is going to be end to end, where you will learn how to create a lakehouse, how to create a data flows, how we are going to transform the data in data flows, and how we are going to create a semantic model. Also in Power BI, how we are going to import this semantic model, and we are going to create a Power BI report. After then we are going to publish this report. Also you will learn how we are going to create a semantic model, and how we are going to create a data pipeline in which we are going to trigger these data flows and the semantic model for to the schedule refresh. So please stay connected to this video. So guys, let's back to screen. So first of all, let me go to our SQL Server, and let me show you the tables. So basically I'm having a database called as employee performance. Okay, and here we are having the two tables. So let me pull up the tables. Let me click on to the new query, and okay, select start from, and let me pull up the tables. So basically these employee and monthly performance, these two tables are there. So let me show you the data inside these tables. Okay, so basically this employee table is having near about 7,500 rows. Okay, and here we are having the information like employee ID, full name, gender, age. Okay, and this gender, again a gender column, this we have to eliminate. Okay, education level, hire date, exit date, and we are having a department, job role, job level, employment type, base salary, annual. Okay, and store location, latitude, longitude, store ID, manager name, manager status. So these information we are holding in this employee table. So now let me quickly pull up the another table. Okay, so this table is having near about 6041 rows. Okay, and here we are having the fields just like employee ID, year, month, performance rating, training hours, overtime hours, absenteeism days. Okay, salary increase flag, monthly bonus, benefit cost, employee satisfaction, engagement index, manager evaluation. So these information this table is holding. Now let me quickly pull up these two tables into our lakehouse into Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so here we are going to create a new workspace in our Fabric account. Let me go to workspace and click on new item. Okay, and here we are going to put the workspace name. I'm going to put as employee performance, and let me apply it. So our workspace has been created. Now we have to create a data flows and the Lakehouse. So we are going to click on new items, and here we will get the list of items. So we want to bring the Lakehouse and the data flows. Okay, first we are going to import this Lakehouse. Let me name it as a employee performance Lakehouse. So basically those two tables we are going to store it here only, okay, in Lakehouse, with the help of a data flows and our mediator will be data flows and okay. Now let me go to workspace again and pull up the Lakehouse. Okay, pull up the data flows. Okay, so this data flow I am going to name it as a employee performance data flow. So here in this we are going to get the data from to the SQL Server. Let me give the server name and database name. Let me copy it from here. Let me give our Windows authentication. Okay, now let me click on next. So basically if you are creating a connection with our SQL Server, you need to enable the gateways. So you can download the gateways and you have to configure your gateways, else it will not connect. The SQL Server will not connect. Okay, and here we got our two tables. So let me click on these two and let me click on create. So we got our table here. Okay, and we have to remove this Zender too. So you can click on here and remove columns. Now you can check the data type. Okay, so the data type seems to be fine. Now we are going to create one more calculated column here. So let me click on add columns and we are going to create a conditional column. So this conditional column will be based on our exit date. Okay, and the name will be status. If the exit date equals to null, then we are going to call it as a active. Else we are going to call it as a inactive. Okay, now let me click on here. So it will create one more column. Now we are going to change the data type to text. Now we have to create one more column, age group. Okay, we are having a age column and here we are going to group these. So let me click on custom column and here we are going to give the name as age group. Okay, and here we are going to write down the if condition. If age is greater than or equal to 21 and less than or equal to 25, then we are going to call it as a 21 to 25. Okay, and now we are going to copy the same, and here we are going to write down the else conditions. Else if and we are going to change these numbers 26 to 35, and we are going to copy this one, and same we are going to put it over here. Let me put it 2-3 times. Now 36 to 45, 46 to 55, and here 56 to 65. And now we are going to write down the else condition as other. Okay, capital this others, and here we are going to give the data type to text. Okay, so here why it is giving error. Okay, here we haven't put the age. Okay, this column has been created now. Let me click on OK. Okay, so we got our age group. Okay, now we have to create a sorting order for these. Okay, else when we place these age group into our column chart or a bar chart, then these numbers will appear in the random form or it will not look fine. So we are going to create a sorting order. So let me copy the same, and let me create one more custom column, and here let me paste it, and here we are going to number these. Then 1 not in inverted comma, then 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and here we are going to change the data type to whole number, and our column name will be age group sorting. Let me click on OK. So we got our column. Now in our semantic model, we can sort this age group column with our age group sorting column. Now we have to create one more column. Let me show you. We are having this department column, okay, and in this department we are having different departments. So we are going to just like we are going to create one more department column in which we are going to place all these into some defined departments. Okay, now let me create a new department. We are going to create a conditional column for this. Okay, so let me copy all these the values inside this department. So we have to go to our SQL Server and let me write down here, select distinct. Okay, so we got our these columns. So now first one is store operation. Let me give it here. Oh, it has copied marketing. Why? Okay, so we haven't clicked on this. Store operations, then we are going to call it as operations. Now let me add the clause. If the department is equal to store logistics and warehousing, then also we are going to call it as operations. And if it is equal to fresh product, okay, fresh produce, then also we are going to call it as a operation. If it is equal to meat, fish and bakery, this one, then also we are going to call it as operations. Let me add more clauses. Okay, so now if it is equal to HR, then we are going to call it as HR only. And if it is customer service, let me copy it from here, then also we are going to call it as HR. If it is finance, then we are going to call it as finance and marketing. Finance oblique marketing. If it is marketing, then also we are going to call it as finance and marketing. Okay, and else we are going to take the department. So now this column we are going to name it as a department new. Let me click on OK. And here we are going to change the data type to text. So now our these columns has been created. Now let me go to our monthly performance table and see whether we have everything okay or not. One thing more I have forgotten. Here we have to check the date column also. Okay, so here we have to convert this as a date, not date time. Now this one is okay. And here let me see if we have to do some formatting or not. So here we have to change the data type to this year month from date time to date. And the other things seems to be fine. The data type is okay. Okay, so now we have to create one more table that is called as a calendar table. Okay, so this table we are going to create here with the help of a Mcode. So I'm already having a Mcode. I will place this Mcode into our description so that you can also copy and replicate the same. So we have to copy this overall Mcode, and let me go here and let me get the data from to the blank query, and here we are going to place our Mcode. So here basically what we have to do, we have to change the start date and the end date. So basically start date is the minimum of the date column, and end date is the maximum of the date column. Okay, if we sort our date column with the ascending order, we will get the start date, and if we sort our date column with the descending order, then we will get the end date. Okay, this we are going to do here only. So we are going to change it. Let me click on next first. After then we are going to modify this start and end date. Let me find out from here. So basically here we are having higher date as a date column. Let me show you. And with this higher date we are going to create a relationship. So now we have to find out the start and the end date. So let me find out, select min of higher date. Okay, 2012 104. Let me now go to advanced editor. 12104, and let me find out the max date. 2022 11. Okay, we got the unique dates from the list of higher dates. So now with this date column we are going to create a relationship. Now I am going to change this to calendar table. Okay, and now we have to give our all the tables destination to Lakehouse. Let me click on Lakehouse and let me click on next. So let me find out our workspace. This one is our workspace, and we have to select our Lakehouse. So here we are going to store this. Save settings. Now let me give the destination to another table. Now into the calendar table, we are going to give the destination. And now let me quickly save and run it. So now let's wait until it publishes. Let's wait until it publishes. Okay, so it is running the data flow. So now our data flow has been published successfully. As you can see, we got our last run succeeded. Okay, so now let me go to our Lakehouse and see whether we got our tables. So we got our all the three tables in our Lakehouse. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to create a semantic model out of these three tables. So you can see we are getting the option of creating a new semantic model. We have to click on here, semantic model, and here let me type the name. I have given the name as employee performance model, and here we have to select all the three tables. So we have selected all the three tables. Let me confirm. Okay, so we got our all the three tables. Now we have to create here the relationship. Once the model is created, at the top right side you will see the option of editing and viewing. So once you are opening the semantic model, so you will be always opening in viewing mode. So you have to change it to editing mode. Okay. So if you will click on viewing mode, so you can see all the options are disabled. Now let me change it to editing mode. Now all the options are enabled for us. Now we have to create a relationship. So with the employee ID, we are going to create a relationship with this table, and it will be one to one because the employee ID are unique in both the tables. Okay, now we have to create a relationship with our calendar table. So we are having a hire date in this employee table. We are going to create a relationship with the hire date and date. This will be one to many. So the flow of the data will be from calendar table to employee table, and from employee table to performance, in monthly performance. Okay. So this our semantic model has been created. Now we have to create all the measures here only. So you can see we are getting option of three icons, and here you will get option of creating a new measure. So here you will create all the measures, and all the calculated columns we have to create in Dataflow Zen2. Okay, here you can if you are going to add some more tables, you can edit the tables and you can add the other tables. Okay, also you can create a parameters here. We are getting the option of creating numeric range and the field parameter. Also you can create a row level security in this semantic model. So now let me go and import this semantic model in our Power BI. So now let me quickly open the Power BI. From Power BI semantic models. This one is our model. Let me connect it. So our model has been imported. You can see we are getting the model which we have created. So you can see we are not getting the data view because we are connecting it as a live connection. It is connected as a live connection. Okay, you can see here in live connection we don't see the data view. We can see only the model view as well as the report view. Also, we cannot create any calculated columns here, and we can create the measures, but if we are creating the measures, the report performance will be slow. Okay, so if we are creating the measures here, the report performance will slow. So we basically recommend you to create the measures only onto the semantic model, as the semantic model is pre-processed. Here the data you will get the pre-processed data. Okay, so it will not take much time and it will load quickly. So now let me import the background. So basically we are having the background image. Let me import that background image, and let's create the visualization here. Image. So let me go to format, and here in canvas setting, not in canvas setting, in canvas background, let me select the background image. Okay, this one is our image. So here you can see it is not loading because the transparency is 100%. You have to reduce it to 0%. So now you can see, and we can fit it. Okay, normally it's okay. Okay, so now we have to create few measures for our KPI cards. So now let's create the measures in this table only. Let me create a new measure. Okay, so first we are going to calculate the total employees. Total employees is equal to distinct count of the employee ID from the employees table. Okay, this will give the total employees. Again, we have to create a new measure. Let me create a active employees is equal to, and here we are going to use calculate function. Calculate, we are having a total employees, so we are going to recall that measure total employees, and where status is equal to active, so we are going to type the status employee status equal to active. So this will give us the active employees. Now we have to create inactive employees. Calculate distinct count. Okay, calculate, we have to use the total employees measure, and where status equal to inactive. Now we are going to create a turnover rate. So let me create a new measure, and here we are going to call it as a turnover rate equals to divide inactive employees by active employees. Okay, by total employees we have to divide it, and the alternate result will be 0. Okay, now we have to create an annual workforce cost. Sum of base salary annual. So this will give us annual workforce cost. Now we have to create a average salary. Average of base salary annual. Now we have to calculate the total stores equal to distinct count of store ID. Okay, so these measures are created here. Now let me go to Power BI and refresh it from here. Now you will see all the measures are reflecting here. Now we have to use the card visual. So where is the card new? This one is the card new, and here we are going to use, first we are going to take the total employees. Okay, so here we are going to do some formatting. Now let me go to format, and first we are going to go to card. Okay, we are going to go in call out values, and here we are going to select the total employees, and here we are going to give it as a 25, and this we are going to change it to COGUI. Okay, color we are going to take it as same for now. We are going to change it, but not now. And display unit we are going to take it as none. Okay, and for label also we are going to call it as 14, and it will be below, the label will be below, and spacing we are going to take it as 0. Now let me go to style, and here we have to turn off the background, and here also we have to turn off the background. Okay, and we have to turn off the border. Now this one is okay. Now we have to change the color coding. For callout values we are going to use this one, and for to the label we are going to use the color this one. Okay, now let me place it over here. Okay, the alignment will be in the middle. Okay, so now let me copy this one, and let me place it over here, and here we are going to change. Let me go to visualization, and here we have to take active employees. So where is the active employees measure? This one we have to take. Okay, and here we have to do the same formatting. not this one, we are going to take this one, and onto the label we are going to take this one, and here we are going to take it as 14. Okay, this will be 0 and alignment will be in the middle, and it will be in the below. So this one is also done. Here let me see what is the size. Okay, these are okay. Now let me copy the same. Okay, here display unit we have to change. So let me go to display units. We are going to use none. Okay, and in data format we are going to use whole number and thousand separator we are going to use. For this also we are going to do the same, whole number and here thousand separator. Now let me copy the same. Let me place it over here. And here we are going to use the turnover rate. So where is the turnover? This one is the turnover rate. Let me click on here, and here we have to change it to percentage. It will be 1 decimal, and yeah, okay, this one is okay. Now let me copy this one and place it over here, and the next one will be annual workforce cost. Where is the annual workforce cost? This one is the annual. Okay, we are going to place it somewhere here. Okay, this naming convention we have to change. We will change it. Let me give the decimal point, not two. Let me give as 1. Okay, and it will be in million. Let me copy the same and place it over here, and here we are going to use average salary. Okay, this one is also okay. Let me copy it and place it over here. Now after average salary we are going to use the stores, total stores. Okay, now this one is okay. Let me do some more formatting. Let me place it over near to it. Okay, now this one is okay. Now let's move to next. So first of all, let me take a donut chart. So basically we have to show employee by employment type. Okay, now let me put in legend we have to put the employment type, and onto the values we are going to put the total employees. Okay, now let me do some formatting for this. Let me first adjust it to this much. Okay, now let me go to format, and here we don't want the legend, also we don't want the data labels. The title we are going to change it employee by employment type. Okay, so now let me first turn off the background. And for to the slices we have to choose some different colors. So let me go to slices, and we have to select first full time. For full time we are going to use some different color. So let me give the color code. So here we are going to use 7AE1F0. Oh, 7AE1F0, this one we are going to use. And for to the part time we are going to use some different color. So let me choose the color ABECF6, this one we are going to use. And for to the seasonal we are going to use some different color, F5C4AF. And for to the contractor we are going to use some different color. So for to the contractor we are going to use this one. Okay, now this one has been created. Now let me go to slices, and the spacing we are going to increase to 70%. Okay, okay, now let me go to here and select all. And here we are going to use some okay, here we are going to turn on the border. So you can see the borders are on, and here we are going to choose the color. Let me choose the color 262F40. Okay, this one we are going to use. Okay, so now this one has been done. Here let me go to title and change the color to 10% darker, and let me reduce it to 13. Okay, let me select COGUI. Okay, 12 is fine. Okay, now let me take a table visual. Okay, this one is our table visual, and here what we are going to do, here we are going to add the employment type, and we are going to use the total employee. Okay, and now here we are going to play with the formatting. So for to the formatting, let's go to style, and here we are going to turn off the background, and here we are going to choose none. Okay, now let me go to values, and here we are going to use this color, and the alternate text color will be same, and totals we are going to turn off. Also the grid lines we are going to turn off, and in values let me increase the size. Okay, this one. Now total employees we are going to use show value as percentage of grand total. Okay, like this one, and we can short it by employee this grand total of employees. So like this we are going to use, and let me rename it. Let's give a single space. Okay, and now let me bring it to forward, and here we are going to place this matrix, this table visual here. Okay, like this we are going to place it, and here we are going to do some more formatting. So for to the column headers we are going to, okay, not here, let me go to specific column, and here employment type we are going to select, and onto the headers we are going to select the same color, this one. Okay, and here where is the border line? Let me take the same. Okay, also let me select the second one. Let me go to specific column again, and let me select this one, apply to header, and text color will be this. Okay, now we have to adjust here. Okay, now this one is looking fine. Let me place it a little bit more down. Okay, so this one is looking fine, and here we are going to give some more icon colors. So let me create one more measure onto this table. Okay, so let me create one new measure for to the icon. Let me name it as a icon equal to, and in double inverted comma, we are going to choose one icon. So you have to press Windows plus dot, and here let me scroll it to more down. Let me find out here. Okay, this one, we have to use this one. Okay, and simply click it. Now we are going to place this here only. Let me first refresh it so that we can get the icon. So we have to place this icon onto the front end. Let me move it to upside. Okay, and okay, so we have to remove this one. Why it is coming? So I think there are some blanks. We have to remove the blanks. Okay, so here we are going to remove the blanks, and now it is looking fine. Let me sort it again by, okay, this, and by descending order. Okay, here also we have to do some formatting. Let me go and change the naming convention of employment type. Here also we are going to place the space. Now we can drag it. Okay. So now this one has been done. We have to change the colors of these. For these colors, we are going to write down one measure. So let me create one measure. Let me name it as a icon color is equal to, and here we are going to use switch statement. Switch true, and we are going to use selected value. Selected value of employment type is equal to, first one is contractor. If contractor, then we are going to use some different color. That is, okay, here we have to close this bracket, and here let me check which colors we are using for to the contractor. Let me go to slices, and for to the contractor we are going to, okay, this one we are going to copy it from here, and we are going to place it over here in inverted comma. We are going to place it. Now again, if the selected value, let me copy the same, is equal to part-time, then we are going to use some different color. Let me see the color, and the naming convention also we have to see, because it is very case sensitive, so we have to keep the naming convention as it is. So T is in small letters, we have to keep the same. Now we have to copy the color code from here, and here let me change the naming convention and hyphen this. Now let me select it again and paste it here. For full time we have some different color. Let me copy it from here and paste it over here. Oh, let me copy again. Let me copy this one again and place it over here, and the last one is seasonal. Okay, for seasonal we are going to use this color. Okay, and close the bracket. Let's hit enter. Now let me refresh it from here. Now we have to select this table visual. Okay, so now from here let me go to icons and right click, and let me go to conditional formatting, and we have to click on font color. So basically it is based on the field value, and we have the measure as icon color. Let me type here. This one we have to choose and click on OK. Now these colors has been changed. Okay, let me see why. Okay, this we are going to adjust at the last. Okay, so now let's move to next. So the next one we have to show the manager by manager status. So let me copy the same and place it over here. And here we have to remove these two. In legend we have to put okay, we don't have the measure for manager. So let me quickly go to our semantic model and create a manager. Okay, now let me open it. We have to create a measure for total managers. Let me go to editing mode, and now here let me create a new measure for manager equal to distinct count of manager ID. Okay, now let me refresh it from here. Onto the legend we have to put the manager status. And onto the values we have to put the manager. Okay, now we can change the title. Let me go to title and change the title from here. Manager by status. Okay, and title will be in the middle. So now for this also we have to change the color coding. So let me go to slices, and here let me select the manager, and the manager color will be, let me give the color code 6994A7. Okay, and after then senior manager we have different color. So for senior manager we are going to use B0 E1 FC, and for to the executive we are going to use some different color. So let me give as B3 B3 B3, this one we are going to use. Okay, so now this one has been created. Now let me turn on the border also. Okay, border is okay. Now this one is fine. Now let me copy the table also. And here we are going to use, let me select it, and here we have to remove. Okay, so this one employment type we have to remove, and total employees also we have to remove, and here we have to put the manager status and manager. Okay, this will be percentage of grand total, and here also we are going to sort it by, not icon, sort it by manager of grand total, and this one will be descending order. Okay, so now we have to change the color coding. Now let me go and change the, create a color coding for the same. Okay, now let me create a, also we are having this, let me copy the same, and let me create a new measure. Let me name it as a manager icon color, and here will be manager status, and let me copy it from here. If it is manager, then we are going to copy this color. Senior manager, then we are going to use this color. And the last one will be the executive, and for this color we have to copy. Now let me remove this one and close the bracket. Okay, the same we are going to use here. Let me refresh it and let me select this one. Okay, from to the icon we have to go to conditional formatting and font color. We are going to use manager icon color, this one. Okay, now this one has changed. Okay, now on to the headers, we are going to remove cell elements, not in cell elements. We have to go to a specific column, and onto the icons we are going to use this color. Onto the manager we are going to turn off headers and use this color, and for to the grand total we are going to turn on the header and this color. Now let me resize it. Okay, so here also we have to change it. Okay, let me resize the values. So we are going to keep 10. Okay, here also let me resize the values. Let me keep 10. Okay, so now these two are done. Now let's move to next. Okay, so the next one is we have to show employee by salary band. So basically we don't have a salary band, we have to create a calculated column. Okay, so let me go to Dataflow and we have to create a conditional column. So now let me go here onto the Dataflow and column. We are going to create a custom column. Let me click on here, and we have to write the if condition. If employee base salary, we have to, okay, base salary annual is less than or equal to 20,000, then we are going to call it as low. Else if less than or equal to 30,000, then we are going to call it as a medium. And if it is 50,000, then we are going to call it as high. else we are going to call it as very high. Okay, and the column name will be salary band. It will be in text. Okay, let me click on OK. Okay, so we got our salary band. So whenever we are creating any calculated column onto the Dataflow Zento, we have to go to data destination and we have to save the settings. Then we have to publish it. Okay, so we got our salary band here. Save settings. Now let me go to home, save, run and close. Okay, let's wait until it publishes. Okay, so now you can see our data flow has been published successfully. Now let me open our Lakehouse and let me see whether we got our column or not. Okay, we got our column. Now let me open the semantic model. And let me refresh it from here. Okay, after refreshing, we got our salary band column here. And now let me refresh it from here. Okay, now let me copy this one and place it over here. And let me go to, okay, so here we have to remove these two. Okay, let me copy from here. From here, employee type, we are going to remove this and we are going to put the salary band. And here also we have to do some of the formatting. So let me go and first we have to change the title. Let me remove this one and let me give the title as employee by salary band. And it will be in the middle. So now let me go to slices and let me choose the colors. For medium we are going to use this color, and for high we are going to use this color, and for to the low we are going to use this one, and very high we are going to use this one. Okay, now let me copy this one and place it over here. and here we are going to change it. So employment type we are going to remove, and we are going to put the salary band. Okay, so now we have to change the color coding for these. Okay, so now let me, okay, one thing more, we have to disable the column header for this. Let me select, go to specific column, and onto the salary band we are going to enable this one, and text color will be this one. Okay, now we have to create a measure for to the color coding. Let me copy this one and let me create a new measure. Salary band icon color, and here will be salary band. Okay, now let me go to here and select this one, go to slices, and for to the medium let me copy the color. Okay, and now let me choose high. For high we are going to use this color. Now let me choose low. For low we are going to use this color. Else we are going to use the another one. Okay, now let me close it. Let me refresh it from here. And now let me select this one. Let me go to salary band, right click, and go to conditional formatting, font color, field value, it is not replicating here. Okay, I think it is not refreshed. Let me refresh it one more time. Now it has came. Now let me go to conditional formatting, font color, let me type it here. Okay, this one. Now you can see the icons are changed. So now we are done with these three. Okay, now let me fix this one. Let me reduce some size. Callout values we are going to use. Oh, it is 45, not 45 we are going to use. We are going to use it as 25. Total employees we are going to use 25. Okay, and for to the labels we are going to use not 14, we are going to use as 12. Here also we are going to use as 12. Here also we are going to use 12. Let me change it everywhere. Okay, so now this one has been completed. Now let me move to next one. Okay, so now we are going to create one more visual in which we are going to show the employee distribution by age group, by department, by education level, and by job level. So all this we are going to show in combined one visual. So for this we have to create a field parameter. So for creating a parameter we have to go to our semantic model, and here we have to create a new parameter, and this is for field. Okay, so now we are going to name it as a demographics, and from to the employee table we are going to select all those columns. So first we are going to choose the age group. Okay, after then we are going to choose the department. This one we are going to take, and after then we are going to take the education level. After then we are going to take it as a job level. Okay, so this we are going to create it. Okay, so now it has created a new table. So now let me go to Power BI and refresh it from here. Okay, we got our this table. So now for this we have to create one slicer. Let me create one button slicer. Okay, this one. And here we are going to put this demographics. Okay, now let me do some formatting for this. Okay, so let me go to layout first. Let me turn off the title, and in layout we are going to select it as a okay, tile only, and it will be horizontal. And the cards, the maximum buttons we are going to show as 4. Okay, okay, okay. Now let me turn off the background. So let me go to background and turn off this background. Now let me go to visuals. Okay, now let me go to this buttons, and okay, so here we have to select the default one, and into the default one we are going to select the rounded rectangle. Okay, and this pixel we are going to take it as near about Okay, this one is okay. Okay, and now what we have to do? Okay, so basically it was in default state, and in default state the fill color we need some different. So the fill color, let me give the color coding for it: 202938. This color coding we are going to get here. Okay, and now we are going to change the text color. Okay, onto the default one we are going to select this color, not this color. We are going to select light gray color. Okay, now let me go to again onto the buttons, and let me select. Now we are going to click on selected. On selected we need some different color. The fill color will be some different, so this one we need on selected. Okay, if you are going to select this, the color will be changing. Okay, so this one is done. Now let me place it over here. Okay, let me remove these borders also. Border let me turn off, and here also border let me select. Okay, so the borders are off. Let me put it over here. Okay, let me reduce some size for it. Let me give as 10. Okay, Okay, so now I have adjusted it like this. Okay, so we have to play with the formatting of this visual, and now let me click on the clustered column chart. Okay, so here let me adjust it. Okay, so here in this we are going to put onto the x-axis, we are going to put the total employees, or not the total employees but the demographics onto the x-axis, and onto the y-axis we are going to put the total employees. Okay, and onto the legend we are going to put the uh, gender. Okay, so now here we have to do some formatting. So let me go to, first of all let me turn off the background, and let me go to title. So title we will do afterwards. Onto the x-axis we don't want title. Okay, let me see what is the title. Okay, we don't want this title, and here we need the color, this one. Onto the y-axis we don't want values as well as title. Okay, and onto the legend we need at the bottom center, and the text color will be same. Okay, now let me go to title, and here also we are going to use 12, and text color will be same, and in the middle. Okay, and here we are going to change the color coding for these. So let me go to columns, and we have to select female. For female we are going to use this color. Okay, and for male we are going to use some different color. Okay, this one we are going to use. Okay, let me switch. For this we are going to use this color, and for male we are going to use this one. Okay, okay, I think this one is looking fine. Let me change it. So basically it is changing according to the parameter which we are selecting. Okay, okay, so this one is fine. Now we have to do some more. Okay, we have to add the male and female count here. So for this we have to create two measures. Let me go and create the measures. For male we are going to calculate the total employee, where gender equals to male. Let me copy the same, and let me go and create for female also. Okay, now we can copy this one and paste it over here, and here we are going to change it, not the total employees. Let me refresh it. We have to put the male. Okay, so here let me do formatting. For male we are going to use this color. Okay, And the label color also we have to change this one, and it will be below value. Spacing will be 0, not 0, we are going to take 8. Okay, let me place it over here. We are going to place it in the middle. Okay, and let me copy the same, and here we are going to put the female. And here also we have to do formatting. Let me select female, and the color will be this one, and the label we are going to use this color. Okay, position we are going to use it as below value. Okay, we are going to keep it at the center only. Okay, so now this one is looking fine. Now let's move to next. Okay, so now we have to create a column chart for to the KPIs. For creating the KPIs onto the slicer selection, we need to create a parameter again. So now let's go and create a new parameter for to the fields, and this one will be a KPI. And we have to select all our measures which we have created. So the first one is total employee, and the second one is active employee. Third one we are going to take it as a turnover rate, and the fourth one we are going to take the annual workforce cost. Okay, and let me create it. Okay, so this one has been created. Now let me refresh it from here. Okay, we got our KPI. Now let's okay, let's create a slicer, and let me put this KPI over here, and here we are going to select it as a drop down, and it will be a single select. Okay, here also we are going to use the single selection. Okay, now let me do some formatting for this. So let me turn off the background, and let me place it over here. Okay, So the values will be in gray color. Okay, not this one. Let me reset it to default. Let me copy the same. Let me use the format painter for this one and put it over here. Nothing is changing, we have to do it manually. Okay, single select we have to turn on, and let me go to slicer header, and font color we are going to choose this one. Okay, so slicer header we are going to turn off, and onto the values we are going to change the font color to white. Okay, and the background color we are going to change it to this one, not this one. We are going to change it to something, this one. Okay, now it is okay. Okay, let me keep the background color same as the, okay, this one is now fine. Okay, now this one is correct. Now let me pull up this column chart here. And here we are going to change it, the demographics we are going to change it to KPI. Okay, and total employees we are going to change it onto the y-axis. We are going to keep it as a year. Onto the y-axis we have to keep the KPI. Okay, now this one is fine. Now let me do some formatting for this. Okay, onto the legend we have to remove this. Onto the x-axis we need categorical. Okay, and it will be onto the ascending order, sorted by year, and it will be in the ascending order. Onto the y-axis. Okay, this one is fine. Grid lines are off, and data labels we have to turn on, and onto the data labels we are going to change the text color. Okay, value we are going to use the same color, and now let me go to columns, and here we are going to choose the color coding. So we are going to use this one. Now let me change it from here, active employees. So these are changing. Okay, turnover rate. Okay, for turnover rate we have to change the data format. Turnover rate we have to change it to percentage. Okay, and it will be 1 decimal point. Let me keep it as 0. Okay, Now this one is completed. Now let's move to next. So now we are going to use a map visual. Okay, shape map we are going to use. Here we are going to show the data based on the state. Okay, so we are going to use this KPI onto the color saturation, and onto the location we are going to use the state. So state wise it is going to show the KPIs, just like it will show the total these KPIs: total employees, active employees, turnover rate, and annual workforce cost. Okay, for this we have to create one state column. So basically I have created this state column onto our Dataflow Zen2, and this column I will so basically the M query for this I will provide in our description, so you can also replicate from copying this. Okay, let me show you how I have created this. Okay, so this one is our measure. Okay, so this one is our M query. So here I have written if store location is Austin and Texas, and something like this. I have written this. Okay, so this M code I'm going to provide in description. So you can also create a custom column from this. Okay, and now let me quickly close it and refresh the semantic model. Let me click on edit tables. Let me refresh it. Okay, and let me confirm it from here. Okay, still it is not replicating. Let me refresh it from here. Okay, still it is not replicating. I think we have to open the data flows and check why it is not replicating. Okay, here onto the Lakehouse we have to save the settings. Let me check it from here. I think I have forgotten to save the settings, that is why it is not replicating. So every time we have to create a calculated column or any of the conditional column onto the data flows into, then we have to go to destination and save the settings. Okay, at the last state column is replicating here. Let me save the settings, and now let me refresh. Okay, let me save, run and close. So let's wait until it publishes. Okay, so now Dataflow has been published. Now let me check whether in Lakehouse we got our column or not. Okay, we got here state. Now let me go to our semantic model and refresh it from here. Okay, so here still we are not getting. Let me refresh it from here. I think now we will get the column. Okay, now we got our this state column. Now let me refresh it from here. Okay, this one is our column. Now let me click on this, and here we have to put onto the location, we are going to put the state, and onto the color saturation we are going to put our KPI, this one. Okay, not status, we have to put the state. Okay, so now this one is looking fine. Okay, and KPI we have to put in color saturation. Okay, now it is fine. Okay, now we have to do some formatting for this. Let me go to format, and here let me turn off the background. Okay, so now we have to go to the visuals and fill color, and for to the maximum we are going to choose this one, and for to the minimum we are going to choose this one. Okay, not this one. Let me put some more light color. Okay, this one. And okay, now we have to go to blank areas, and here we are going to choose the background color, and border of this will be same, not same, this color. Okay, now you can see it is looking fine. Now let me go to title, and here let me put it into middle, and the color will be this one. Okay, so now this one is dependent on this slicer. Okay, when you will change it, this will also change. So you can see the color saturation is changing. Okay, so now this one is working fine. Now let's add some KPIs. Now let's add some slicers. Okay, and also we are going to add the title of this dashboard. Okay, so now we are going to add some slicers over here. Let me copy the same. Okay, and here we are going to paste it. Let me pull up over here. Okay, so here we are going to put the year. Okay, and here onto the, here we are going to select all and remove the blanks. And here we are going to enable, let me go to format and slicer setting, it will be drop down only, and slicer header we have to turn on. Slicer setting selection, it will be single select and all. We have to enable the search option also. Okay, search option we cannot enable here. Header we are going to put, okay, header we are going to turn off. Title we are going to turn on, and here we are going to put year, and this color will be same 12, and it will be in the middle. Okay, now let me copy the same and put it over here. And here we are going to change it from year to month name. Okay, now let me rename the title to month, and we have to do the sorting. You can see the month names are randomly placed. Okay, the sorting order is not correct, so we need to go to our calendar table, and here let me select the month name. Okay, month name will be sorted by month. Okay, so now let me refresh it from here, and you can see it is now sorted. Okay, so now let me place some logo. So we can take one text box. Okay, and in text box we can write down Soft HR. It will be bold. Select all and bold it. Font size let me increase to 14, and the font color we are going to take this one, and the background we are going to turn off. Let me place it over here. Okay, and here we are going to place some more slices. Let me copy these one. Okay, here we are going to use, from employee table we are going to use the state. Okay, here we need to change it. The title we have to change it. Let me change the title. State, and one more we are going to copy and paste it over here. And for this one we are going to select the status, whether it is active or inactive employee. Okay, so now this one has been created. Our dashboard is fully completed. Now we are going to check whether it is working or not. Okay, these slices are working. So now let me place it over to the workspace. So let me publish it. Now we are left with our schedule refresh. We have to create a data pipeline in which we are going to put the data flows and the semantic model for to the schedule refresh. So let me go here in our workspace, and here we are going to create one pipeline, this one, and we are going to name it as a refresh. With this pipeline we are going to trigger the data flows and the semantic model. So here we are going to add the data flow activity, and in this data flow we are going to select our data flow. This one is our data flow. Okay, and now we can take one more activity, that is semantic model activity. Okay, and on refresh, on success, we have to put the arrow onto this one. Once it is refreshed, then it will pass to here. Okay, and here we are going to select our semantic model. This one is our model. Okay, and here we are going to select all our tables. So let's wait until it's loading. Okay, so all the tables are loaded here. Let me select all. Okay, now we are going to schedule it, add a schedule, and we need a daily schedule. Daily we need refresh, and we have to set the timings. So we are going to set the timings at 11 a.m. 11 p.m. Okay, and you can select the start date and the end date, and you can also select the time zone. So let's save it. So every day at 11 p.m., this pipeline will trigger the data flow and the semantic model. And in our Power BI report, we'll get the most up-to-date data. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will place the Pbix file as well as the these measures which I have created, the Mcode. Okay, so these things I will place in our description, so you can also copy and replicate the same. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.